Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Avowed. You know what I've realised? Nandrew has very little legs. Well, I guess that kind of makes it. They're a dwarf after all, but it's just the way the feet stick out the bottom looks really funny. Right, so yes, hello, welcome back to... The lighting. Welcome back to Solace Keep. Now, we ended the last video, just about to go talk to the council. If I'm honest, I partially ended it because I was getting really confused about the essence for health thing. I was completely lost, and I kind of worried that I'd accidentally deleted an item, so I was like, well, I'm going to end the video and go check in case I have to, have I been up here? In case I have to load an old save or something like that. Of course, I was being very silly, and what it is actually the Wadi totem that we have that gives us that effect, so it's nothing for me to worry about. Hello, Bulty.
You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you. What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
Surprised they sell anything. Treasure map for the blade that hungers. Sure. Oh my god. Okay. Cheers. I'm not sure what that was all about. Woodican Prayer. This piece of parchment contains a common prayer to Woodica. Oathbinder, hear our voices, lead us to speak truth and receive it in kind. Protect us as we walk the prescribed path. Calm our minds as we make difficult choices. Show us how to untie the knots of lies and sentiment to bring us closer to your broken throne, where justice awaits those who serve justice.
Since the days of Nandrew himself, have we stood watch over the garden, as shall our...
It's an interesting mix, actually, the garden and the dwarves, because, again, they're very hardy and earthy and...
An outsider! I've never seen someone so tall. It's not a contest.
I think the accent thing must be like a regional thing. So, like, these ones are obviously more sort of Eastern European in vibes. And then maybe some of them from a different area are British sounding, etc, etc. This letter is clearly a draft. Words are crossed out and there are notes in the margins. To the honoured Council of Solace, I've made my feelings on this topic known repeatedly, and yet nothing of substance has been done. It should be no surprise to you that many of us in the Obsidian Quarter have issues with the way certain policies have been enacted. I, for one, have left my boots out to be shined on several occasions, only to awaken to a pair of still scuffed boots. Oh no, such dereliction of duty cannot be accepted. Imagine if, should Magrin will it, enemies attacked from outside and no one was standing at the front gates. This is the slipperiest of... That's a horrible word, slipperiest of slopes. And I for one will not allow this to keep to diminish in this way. I explained to the miscreants in charge that I would be speaking with their commanding officer, but it was to no avail. My boots shall one day shine like the sun tradition must hold. I haven't met that person, but I hate that person. Where are we going? Ooh. Oh, I think someone's been learning magic in secret, basically.
Oh, I do hope no one sees me like this.
What's up, Afara?
Who let you in here? What do you want?
So if you can hear that outside, I don't know what that noise is, but it's just kicked off and it's very irritating. What's going on, Afara?
No, of course not. Who am I kidding? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the lands, we must make do with an ever-shrinking supply of true goods.
Apparently there was a trade caravan on the way.
You might be waiting a while, dearie.
Yeah.
No one suffers as I do. Just leave me. Oh, and don't get anything dirty on your way out.
Not your biggest fan either, Farah, must be said. I think it's cool to want nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with being like a little materialistic. That's not a big deal. However, let's
Image of Nandrew indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time.
On the bright side,
It's the water that we brought in, I think. Beautiful. All right, Chief Engineer, let's chat.
Raluca told me we have you to thank for getting the waters flowing once more. It's regrettable that the Delamgan is so territorial. Imagine what we could learn from the ruins she guards. But at least we will have water. Take this. Even with the Delamgan restricting our access, a working aqueduct is invaluable. Thank you again for your help. Perhaps whatever blessed Nandru truly does live in you.
Oh, thank you. Casual 500 bonus gold. Or 492, which is a very specific number. Right, to the council, finally. Took me 6 minutes, but we're getting there. Making progress. I want to do... We've got Marius' companion quest, but we haven't got one for Yatsley or Giotto, I don't believe. I'm worried that we're going to miss out on that. I really need to go talk to Marius after this as well. Hello. Oh, that's cool. The council chamber. I need to make sure, again, I just need to think about the thumbnail. So, that stained glass is pretty cool. Could definitely be used for such things. Collection of papers. It's like a meeting minutes, notes, and assorted papers. For the most part, it is a collection of bureaucratic effluvia. Hidden amongst the marginalia and footnotes is a series of handwritten exchanges between Kostya and Mihala, scrawled in shorthand and dripping with excessive punctuation. The two never seem to be in agreement about anything. Mihala writes most of her entries in full sentences. Kostya, on the other hand, shows a deep love for rude sketches. Councilman Kostya, as per our conversation on the topic, we were supposed to present a united front, not whatever that was. It has come to my attention that certain parties have been intercepting my letters to Aedyr. While I am uncertain who might be responsible, I would advise the culprit to stop doing so. The margins of our meeting notes are not for caricatures, that is all. I look forward to another several hundred years or so of working with someone more stubborn than stone. I guess dwarves live for a long time as well. Mihala's key. Okay. Mihala! Buddy, I need your key. Let me just have a little poke around here as well. Whole page from a journal. A yellowed piece of paper mottled with water stains. It is written in Kostya's sprawling cursive. Most of it is unintelligible, but a few lines are legible. I'm done. Drive a spear through my heart. I cannot take this zealotry any longer. Not when everything we hold precious stands to burn to cinders because Mihala decided a dead man's words are more valuable than the lives of our people. What will it take to make her understand? Does Solace Keep need to fall before she opens her eyes? These candles. That's how I feel about the Constitution. Like a great idea at one point, but like, get over it, you know? It's a long time ago. Why are you beholden to the word? Oh. Why are you beholden to words some dead guys wrote like over a century ago? And that goes for most countries. Like basic stuff like treat people equally and stuff.
What is
Sure.
the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
Nandru's forge. If it isn't the envoy.
Hello.
Your reputation precedes you.
I think my face
We are not
precedes me.
so ignorant as you seem to think us.
Where are my guards? Get her out of here.
Let's not be rash. The envoy's word carries the weight of Aedyr. It might benefit us to hear what she has to say.
Those are some awfully short Cossacks you're wearing. Thank you, Councillor.
Let it never be said the Wardens of Solace are impolite brutes. Merely recluses.
Very well. We'll deal with the severe breach in protocol later. Tell us why you insult our halls at Tyrion.
We believe the Steel Garrote have entered the Tusks. Your lives are in danger.
Our order has survived the threat of these lands for hundreds of years. Wardens patrol the region day and night. There's no danger in the Tusks that can catch us unawares.
Even with Fjord still standing, the Steel Garrote caused so much destruction. You should be afraid of the same here.
We have heard of their Inquisitor. A woman who died and lived again.
A myth. And yet you insist she is real.
If she is here. My wardens patrol these lands day and night. A force large enough to take the mines couldn't have entered the tusks without my knowledge.
It would be a mistake to underestimate them. Ludwine's madness is second only to her cunning.
Wasn't that the creature who tried to destroy Fior?
Perhaps I will discharge a few wardens to investigate, just to be certain.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer.
I did the water thing. I did what was needed.
Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you, It sounds like you have something in mind.
We're looking for a path to the garden.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy?
God in my head. A god is in prison there. They spoke to me, begged me to come.
The garden is our sacred purpose. Its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him. Perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does she not?
The markings on your face. I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Aedyran could have anything in common with Nandru.
One sec, folks. I'm being a very professional YouTuber, but my feet are cold. So I need to put on my socks. I've got fluffy socks. And the fluffy socks will protect me. Oh. I am fluffed. I've been fluffed. I'm ready to perform. Are fluffers still a thing? I imagine fluffers these days are like chemical more than anything else, right? I don't think they're really a thing anymore. A fluffer, for those who don't know, was, I'm sure people know, but it was in porn. It was someone's job to get the male talent ready, shall we say, between scenes. Anywho, we found an old journal written by Nandru. It says there's another way to the garden.
Enough. I know you Outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact?
Apparently.
I did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. That is what your supposed steel garrote must be in the tusks to find, isn't it? I fear you and they will be disappointed.
If there really is no way in, why bother protecting it?
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage.
Great line.
You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
I'm not going to stop searching.
I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala. Follow me, Envoy.
I don't think Mahala's
Oh,
going to
Marius. At least I only had to deal
give
with
me
one
the key.
competition. He's up against two.
Alright. Off we go. Look at the steel garrote.
Envoy. I just wanted a word before you went on your way.
Yes.
I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
You disagree?
Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
It sounds like it's time for a mutiny. Honestly, you're picking your battles.
I am. I know I can't win all of them, and I need to win the ones that matter. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let an Aedyr trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradise could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Why haven't you?
Mihala won't have it. Our isolation here is not elective, but imposed on us by her. And Nandru, and our long traditions. Tradition is a tricky thing to end, Envoy. People become attached, don't they? To the old ways of doing things. Even when those old ways are killing them.
Yeah.
I have tried to broach the topic of trade with her many times, as have my predecessors with her predecessors, and clearly we have gotten nowhere.
Can we entreat?
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
Determined skeleton? Why are you telling me this?
Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Stilgarot. She does not care about how the situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care.
What then is of importance to you?
My people. Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
I think you misunderstand their relationship.
I don't doubt it. But she is powerful, feared, and on my doorstep. And he is far beyond my reach. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Stilgarot? Disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Aedyr and the Steel Garrote in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
I was thinking... I don't like any of these options. I was thinking, he's making some good points. I'm kind of on your side, Kostya, but now he's gone... Maybe he's gone a little bit too far in the other direction. I don't want him to sell the keep to the Steel Garrote for obvious reasons. So I can't really say I'm in support of it. But I don't really want to call him a fucking snake.
She already knows what I intend. And she doesn't care. Because she doesn't believe your empire could see us as anything but rivals.
Interesting. I am not going to broker a deal with the Steel Garrote, let me tell you that much. Oh, what a weird situation.
Any news, Andrada?
A very tricky little situation that they've put us in, which is cool.
Unit?
I think I've got things to sell. Yeah. I think I'm breaking that. Am I breaking that down? No. Sell. Sell. Sell everything! Right, let's get out of here. I want to go do Marius's quest. I want to go chat with Marius and Giata. Why can't you just, like, the ambassador loves me. We haven't talked in a while, but he likes me. I could broker a trade deal. Don't need to get Ludwig involved. The game does a very good job sometimes of putting forward two options which both suck. I think it's going to come down to they stay in the keep, slaves to tradition, and they all die, or they leave by brokering a deal with the Steel Garrote to survive. Which way am I meant to go in that circumstance? They're both terrible options. Nothing good can come of any of this. Is that the one? Homecoming. No. Is that that's the bounty over there. That's the Marius one then, isn't it? Yeah. We'll go up there in a bit. I'm gonna nip here first. I have a little chit chat, as I want to do. Chit chat, baby chit chat. There's some very erotic mushrooms in the lower left. I'm just saying. It is the 20th today, folks. I think Oblivion is shadow dropping tomorrow. I've done pretty well. I've got close. You know, we're probably not that far off, it must be said, but not quite gonna make it.
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack. If the Steel Garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you.
I have to prove myself to strangers everywhere I go.
Such is the life of an envoy. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way.
I mean, they don't know how to be fair to them.
You too.
Marius! How you doing, buddy?
Envoy? Sorry. I've been in my head ever since we left Solace, thinking about the village.
Well, he hasn't, he's not been arrested or anything. I've not had to protect him from getting hung, drawn, and quartered.
What if I get there and... oh, I don't know, I fall apart. Memories flood in and I don't know who I am anymore. Or worse, what if it's nothing?
Well, you're stronger than all that, Marius. You will overcome this.
I appreciate that, Envoy. I just wish I believed it. There was a story. The warden who saw the future.
Just, what was it about? I'm not gonna. You can be so mean in this game.
There was a young warden who thought she could see the future. She'd think about things and they would come to pass. She was worried about her father falling ill, and he did. She feared her friend would die of exposure. It happened.
Go on.
One day, she was with her patrol unit guarding a watchtower, and she was struck by a terrifying thought.
Oh no.
She just knew in her gut that Solace was under attack. Zareps, or ogres, or fire blights from the wastes.
So she left her post to stop the attack.
Oh, you've heard this one. The young warden tried to alert her unit, but they didn't seem concerned. They said she was delusional, so she left the tower to go protect Solace. And she found nothing there. Meanwhile, her post came under attack. Her whole unit was killed because she abandoned it.
Huh. That's a dark story.
And they tell it to children. What if I'm seeing the future? I can't stop thinking about this village, as if I'm trying to predict what will happen.
The difference is you haven't left your post.
You're right. This is a small detour, not a different path. I haven't left you folks behind. Anyway, I appreciate the talk, Envoy. I clearly have some things to figure out. Anyway.
Do you want to chat again? Oh, of course you do. Where have you gone, bud?
Envoy?
Marius.
Coming back to Solace is not easy for me. A lot of memories. Not all happy ones.
Commandant Mihala seemed to think highly of... Did he? I mean, this never came up in conversation. I guess it's if you take Marius with you to the thing.
She took an interest in me when I first came to Solace. No idea why. I was an outsider and a child. She had every right to make me someone else's problem, but she didn't.
She must have seen something in you.
I struggle to see it myself. Maybe my mirror's dirty. Just makes it harder coming back. After the way I left things here.
What's in your mind?
Since we entered Solace, I've been... Memories have come flooding back. It's been all I can think about.
It's only natural. You were gone a long time.
Seeing Mihala, I remembered coming here as a child, but... There's more. There was a village, and something went wrong.
What happened?
I don't know. I swear I'm trying. I just remember godless ruins, a flow of lava, and people lying down. I need to find that village, if it exists. There's something there I need to find. I just... wish I knew what it was.
We'll find it, buddy. We'll get there as soon as you can.
My thanks, Envoy. I know this isn't directly on your path, so I appreciate it. Anyway.
No worries.
Pleasant dreams.
Oh, I need to, Ondra's Offense. So we've got Lamenting Fury. Full combo attack gives the hit enemy minus 20% damage. Or we can do minus 40% damage. Or successful parry, which I never do. So yeah, a full combo. I mean, minus 40 damage is pretty sweet. That's quite a lot. Definitely strong against bosses. I'll say that much.
The Solace Council did not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly.
Same.
It's all processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by non-Jews centuries
How shiny
ago.
my sword is.
Same story everywhere. Though, much of Rauatai's history is recorded in chants, so half our debates are sung. It doesn't resolve our feuds, but it does make them more entertaining.
Do you think there's hope for the Council? Or are they too stuck in their ways?
Do I look like a new-sunded politician? There's a reason I spend most of my time as far from civilization as possible.
Well, I'd vote for you, dearie. If only to see you squirm.
I think that's the first time we've had a four-way conversation. Let's bring Marius with us. I feel like I probably should have taken him into... I think we'll keep him for the rest of this area now. If I lose out on a bit of loot from Thingy, it's not a big deal. Grumble, grumble. But he'll have more relevant reactions to things that are going on. I should have taken him into Thingy with me when I went, I'm pretty sure, to Solace Keep. But I didn't. We must move on with our lives. Try this new sword out. Just keep being a bouncy girl. In a bouncy world.
Help! My gods, they're killing us.
Bear with me. This is the price you pay for me talking to you, Novice Bojan.
Outlander, my gods, help me! We're being slaughtered! The archives, please, gods!
Is this a trap? It feels like a trap. Every time there's like a merchant on the road crying for help, it's always a trap, it feels. What's going on?
My brothers, my fellow monks,
Dream
they
Scourge.
changed into monsters before my eyes. They're tearing everything apart. If the archives burn, our history is lost. Oh my gods, how could this be happening?
I don't think it's a ruse.
Oh, thank the gods. Bless you, Outlander. Friend, thank you.
No worries.
Head north along the main road. The archives are on a bluff. You can't miss the smoke. Look for Grigor. He'll know what you need to do.
Okie dokie. Well, we're going to go to the tower first, I'm afraid. I'm sure the archives will be fine for a few minutes. To the primordial depths. What a lovely area. Okay, is that the archives? Right, we'll go up northeast first, swing to the west, and sort of do like a loop like this. But first to the tower. Yeah, apologies about noise. I will denoise this video, and hopefully that'll help, but I can hear it through my headset, so I'm pretty sure you folks can hear it.
Quick and painless.
I mean, I'm hitting like a goddamn truck. I'll say that much. I'm hitting like a goddamn truck. Like, I won't need the healing at this rate, because everything will just be dead. Handwritten notes. A thick sheaf of papers consisting of hastily written notes. Consisting twice, of what looks to be copies of passages from other texts, as well as the writer's own notes and questions. It seems to consist of a handmade beginner's guide to animancy. The latest crop of potatoes was small and somehow bright purple. I'm not sure how I did that. I once made, sorry, side story here. Me and my sister, I remember when we were like 13 years old, we were going to cook Christmas dinner. And we thought it would be really funny if all of Christmas dinner was food dyed into myriad stupid colours. And I remember we made mashed potato and it was bright orange. And we made something else that was bright blue. And there's no reason, the taste would not be any different. We didn't use enough food dye that you would taste the food dye. But I will say that it still felt, oh no, the potatoes were blue. Yeah, the mashed potatoes were blue. Something else was bright orange. It made a difference psychologically to how it tasted. We didn't cook dinner again after that. But I've disposed of the fertilizer I used on that batch. I bought some new supplies in Paradise. I plan to slowly cycle into the newest batch. Water continues to be more scarce than I like, but it's hard to smuggle out enough to quench both my thirst and my farms without raising suspicion. Mina asked me about it in front of the others recently, but I think I was able to play it off. Why does she have to notice everything? It's usually so endearing, but I need her to pay less attention right now, at least until I've got something to show for all my experiments. Oh, well, there's the first writing of Serena, if you've been reading those. I'd have thought, scary as that might be, for those lost in construction, we dedicate this tower to them. Their bones strengthen the stone and their hearts the land. I was looking on the Best in Slot channel earlier, and I noticed that about 45% of my views are from mobile people, right? So nearly half my views people watch on mobile. Now that's bad because you make less money from mobile views because of how mobile adverts work. But that's neither here nor there. But damn. So, you know, I'd prefer if it was all people watching on their computer and PC and TV and whatnot, but whatever. But I was thinking, that kind of works for that, you know, because a lot of what I'm doing on that channel is like news and stuff like that. I can see why you would watch that on your phone and it'd be fine. However, it's Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. However, yeah, I guess we'll come out this way. For this channel, like, would you watch like a full hour-long RPG video? Oh. I suspect there were explosives on the other side of that wall. Oh well. How was a boy to know? Like, so I kind of get people who watch the news stuff on their mobile, I think, because you don't really need to see what's going on. Like, the images help, but they're not like a big deal. But this kind of thing, like an hour long or 41 hours of Avowed, what I'm basically asking is, I mean, I'm going to check the stats at some point after this, but how many of you watched this series, or my videos in general on Vagrant, using a mobile phone? And right, how do I get out of it? This is draining my essence like it's nobody's. There we go. I didn't notice it was draining my essence at all. It's the death effect that we have. Encounter stock. The ledger, made filthy by dust and rot, contains records of the supplies kept within the tower. As a former waypoint between Solace Keep and Mount Forgia, the tower was often used to store raw materials mined from the tusks. It also stored a great deal of foodstuffs for itself and the miners in Mount Forgia. As the entries progress, however, there seems to be a sharp increase in both arms and armour, as well as emergency medical supplies. The last entries show an attempt to move as much equipment as possible out of the tower. I think it's quite a bad habit that I read the last line and then I kind of say it as I got hiccups as I go off and do other things. And I think sometimes people watch that and think, maybe the video's desynced horribly. Because it looks like I'm reading, even though I'm clearly not reading it. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. I don't trust it anymore, man. I'm scared. Where's my throwable? I've not used these godlike abilities at all. Dream Touch every now and again. Very rarely. Oh, baby. Oh, 2 superbs? Good stuff. What have we got here? Ring of Greater Overseeing. Cool. I feel like we didn't really find good gear for a long time, and the game has been much more generous lately. Plus 20% area of effect damage. Now, I don't really... I mean, that would give me 20%... Is that better than Ranga's Clarity? I don't do that much area of effect damage. I mean, both of my frost spells are area of effect. The balls won't be. I don't think it's... I don't know about that one. It's a big increase to my... It's 20% spell damage. That's got to be better than... Yeah, I think that is worth it, actually. I'm going to miss the crit, but whatever. I haven't found that this crit builds accumulation to be that useful.
Has seen better days.
As excited as I was about it, this hasn't been the case. Zorp movements. A list of dates and numbers. Upon reading through all of it, you can deduce that it's keeping track of a nearby group of Zorips and endeavouring to make sure the writer isn't discovered by the tribe. I've suspected it for days, but now I'm positive the Zorips are getting closer. Hopefully they haven't seen me and they'll just move right on by. That was the last thing he ever said, because obviously they did see you, and now you are Zorip food, my friend. Oh, it makes like a lovely little glimmery noise when you hit. Ooh. Okay.
This was animancy equipment. Someone was experimenting with forces they didn't understand.
The animancy equipment I've procured from Emerald Stair is nothing short of wondrous. The people of Fjord have grown bountiful crops from nothing with these machines. Perhaps we may save ourselves from starvation and rationing yet. And the Pargrunen practiced animancy before at various points in our history. Surely Mahala will allow this. Mahala denied the proposition. Shocking. She says that animancy does not support Nandru's directives since he does not explicitly mention the practice in the oaths. Saka, I think. It's her keeping her rules. If we don't act now, we'll starve. It's very hard to support Mahala. She's gone way too far in the other direction. I set up a small garden at the top of the ruined outpost. It's working so far. I hope Mahala will see reason. Mahala is a stubborn old goat. She refused to discuss my successful experiment and said if I continue the project, she'd have me locked away in the Ash Forest for sedition and treason. Let her try.
Definitely got himself locked up in the Ash Forest. He'll still be there. The Zarabs didn't get to him first.
We shall see. Got this tripping balls a little bit. I don't like big edges. Stop edging me. No quick way down. No quick way down. Alrighty. Down we pop. Oh, double frosted. Right. So that's all in the northwest. So that's handy. So we'll go do the Marius one first, and then we'll head up there. As a northwest boy myself, I'm very excited by this. I've started looking at buying houses again. I've been talking so long about this. I remember talking about buying a house back in Dragon Age Goddamn Origins. That was so long ago. I really didn't think I was going to still be here at this point in time. I've been here for so much longer than anticipated. But if the job hadn't gone tits up within 6 months, I'd be out of here already. But I didn't expect to be relieved of my duties quite so soon, if I'm honest, and that really set me back a bit. And then obviously YouTube wasn't going well for a while, so that obviously set me back even further. Now that things are going well again, and I think I've got some sort of long-term sustainability, hopefully, we'll see in a few months, I'm once again looking at buying a house. Yeah! I put £1,000 in my Lisa the other day. £1,000 gone like that. Bloop!
Come and get me.
And hello. This has got to count as AoE, right? I think so.
That will be unsafe.
Wait for a second.
I don't seem to be getting healing. Oh, one sec. Oh. Okay, felt like I was dying. That was weird. Whew. 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 Strange. Oh, I'm not sure what that was. That was interesting. I'm gonna be when the time comes for me to die. I'm gonna play it off so hard. I'm like having a heart attack. We're like, well, oh, that's slightly strange. What an unusual new feeling that is. Oh well, what is a boy to do?
Not bad, envoy.
Wait, what? wait. What the hell was that? What the hell? What? Also, I'm not getting any health. Let me just try something out here. Why does my... I'm trying to burn some essence. Yeah, there we go. You don't get the... Unless you pick up the essence and it actually regens your essence, you don't get health back from it. Which is actually slightly annoying. This thing hits like a goddamn truck. It's critting for double the damage of my sword. Now, obviously, it's a lot slower, but... Given I have no points in anything that would buff up the damage of the arquebus, I think I have a slight suspicion that arquebuses might be slightly broken. Because that is crazy damage with no stat points at all.
Lead the way.
I didn't crit that time. It is nice to not have to worry. Oh, okay. It is nice to no longer have to worry about getting the final hit with the sword. It doesn't matter. But my essence is so efficient these days that I don't use enough of it. That's fine. If I have to eat food every now and again, I guess that's okay. I guess I'll use that mechanic every now and again. We going the right way? Yeah, we are. Right, so this is the Lost Village. But anyways, yeah, I put £1,000 in my Lisa, and hopefully I haven't paid off my accountant for the year, which was horrible and always is. But hopefully, a few months, I'm gonna buff up my house deposit. I've got enough in a house deposit account that I could go buy a house in theory. However, I'm thinking I want to buff it up a little bit more and bring the size of the mortgage down. It's also slightly awkward because mortgage rates are horrible right now, but they're getting better. You know, they are improving. The interest rates are coming down and mortgage prices are going to drop.
I can't. I don't want to be here.
So, if I wait 6 months, I could end up with a far better deal on my mortgage. So I have to be patient, even though I'm losing my mind. But at least I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I can look at houses and stuff. Anyways, I'll focus on the game. We're here with you. You're safe.
I feel like I can't feel my fingers.
We're going to face this together. Even if I have to hold your hand the entire time.
Aww.
Fine. Let's go. Let's go.
And he sneezed really badly. Gonna mute myself for a sec.
I feel like I can't swallow. Is that weird?
Ruins within ruins.
I sound like my ex. Nope, we can't make that joke. That one's not okay. That one is absolutely not okay. I'm very sorry. It's kind of a cheat, that, really. Make the joke and then say you can't make that joke. But you've made the joke already. All you're trying to do is have your cake and eat it too. Is that Giata over there? What the hell's Giata? What are you doing? Oh, this is not good. There's a lot of dead dudes.
Dead a long time. Oh, obvious signs of violence.
That's a lot of corpses.
What is that? Let me see. I remember this. I think this belonged to... Everything Yonku said was true. All of it. These bones are hers. My mother. I can't.
Aw, Marius. Who's Yonku? Warden of Solace who has a long and complicated history with Marius. I'm sorry, Marius, this must be difficult.
Difficult? This is blessed impossible.
It's all right, Marius. We're here with you. Stay with us.
I don't think I can handle this right now. I need to go back.
If you turn back now, you'll never forgive yourself.
No need to rush this. We'll take it at your pace. One step at a time.
I know. Fuitu Mayu. Let's just keep looking around.
What happened here? Small ceramic bowl containing the long-dried residue of some kind of liquid.
Used to contain a poison. Larbarian Ishon root, maybe.
It really does feel like a Kool-Aid kind of situation, doesn't it? Crudely drawn simple lumber runes across this tattered and stained piece of parchment. Only part of the letter is legible. Learn what we left Solace to learn, that there is more to life than ironclad traditions and ancient walls. These runes will give us shelter as we study and learn and pray for peace, just as Razvan did all those years ago. So long ago, whatever. I look forward with nothing but hope that his guidance will lead us to a better world and protect us from the worst the Tusks have to offer. He's already found an entrance to a cavern near the shore where we could perhaps shelter against the elements. Razvan's wisdom has led us here. I trust him with any. Yeah.
Razvan. Why does that name make my skin crawl? Is it someone I knew?
I'm trying to get a thumbnail. Not always that easy. Razvan does sound like a cult leader who would, you know, take you to... Oh.
Put them down, please. Please. He speaks of song. I hear only screams.
It's a Yanku.
Circles and death.
Baruan, my dear son, it is difficult to be separated from you, even if by only walls of crumbling stone, but your work in helping build our new home is worth every moment apart. I'm proud that Razvan's infinite wisdom saw you as vital, even at your young age, and I hope to join you upon our next exodus from Solace. Be bright, my brilliant gemstone. I wonder if this is why people are barred from leaving. Because at some point, they all left Solace Keep to come up here as part of this weird cult, and they all bloody died. 2 ability points, very exciting. 10% more crit damage, maybe. It's not exciting, but it's good. There's nothing else I really want. I'm kind of like coming to the end of things I need. Look at this! Like I don't use. So. Increased damage with guns by 50% I could get on there. And... it's crazy. It's crazy. Power attacks, probably somewhere. Whatever. Is there anything I want in Wizard? I might pick up Frost Accumulation. I'm worried that I'm going to end up dropping this weapon at some point. But I guess we still use our Frost spells. I'm going to grab this. We've got a lot of Frost stuff. I think it's worth picking up the 20%. And then I think I'll just grab crit damage. Unless there's something I care about more. No. I'm not vibing with anything, really. Do I want that? Power attacks deal more damage? I don't really use power attacks very often. Would I use them? Would this make them worth using? I'm not sure about that. My heart says I should just increase my maximum health by 15%.
Born here? No. No. Don't fool me. Don't lie. That can't be Marius. It can't.
Be careful, Marius. He isn't well.
Iancu. Viate. Is that you? What happened? How could this...
This is the... We haven't really seen much hint at the Dream Scourge at all up here.
Scourge. Like mass graves. I can't... I search for meaning, but find only words.
This is... is... Iancu. My best friend since... as far as I can remember. When did this... I should have never left you, Viate. I couldn't have known.
Patrol. Yes, on patrol. When the dream touched me, I was away and alone. Yes? Not your fault. Not yours.
They've done a thing on his right eye. It's really effective where it looks like it's swollen over. You can tell he can only barely see out of that right eye. This isn't your fault, Marius.
Well, that makes me feel much better. Let's just watch my best friend wither away for a moment, and we can get back to work.
We met here, Marius and me. We played here. I was older, but still a child.
That doesn't... I barely remember this place.
Your forgetting is for the best, Viate. I suffered remembering the whole time. Families followed Razvan, trusted his words. He would lead them to a better life. Trusted Razvan to make them something more.
Wait. No, I remember something. Chanting? I was so scared.
Please continue.
Razvan circled the parents around, said he would help their voices reach the stars. They took bowls full of... night. No. Death. He said to drink it while Razvan said the words.
I don't want to know what you're about to say.
Explains the state of the ritual, so...
I don't. Why would they... Everyone dead?
I saw all the parents fall over. I knew he would come for me. I ran. I saw young Marius, too small to understand. Razvan called out for us, his voice raised to the sky.
That's when you took me to Solace. You saved my life.
A new home, yes, I brought you there and they gathered you.
You're a very courageous child, Iancu.
I always thought you were a fool when we were younger. So impulsive. Now I know. You thought you'd already cheated death.
The parents in Solace said it was better to forget. Made me swear not to tell. You were happy. Never wanted to upset you.
You protected Marius from these painful memories.
At first, yes. Later, it would have been harder not to forget.
It makes sense. No wonder it felt like everyone knew something I didn't, because they did.
But I can't focus. Can't remember. Razvan is near, making everything harder.
Gods, he might still be alive. That's it. We have to leave. If he's out there, we have to run.
If safe, Marius, we'll kill him.
I'm glad you found friends, Viate. They will take over when I'm gone. Found a key to Razvan's home. Search there if you want. I will only forget.
Is there anything we can do for you, Iancu?
No. Razvan has gripped my soul my entire life. It will be enough to know he's gone.
I am so sorry this happened to you, Viate. If I could trade places with you.
No. No, Viate. You have saved me many times over. This I wouldn't wish on you ever.
Well, I guess. We'll be going now, yeah? We have to keep digging into this particular emotional scar.
Razvan is going to pay for what he's done.
I almost pity him. See you soon, Viate.
Okay. Well, he's not alive if he's in here anyway. What have you got for me, lovely? Disciples Ring. Ooh, and some living stuff as well. Nice. Let's have a look. Plus 60 maximum essence. Nope. Right, we'll end it there. Just next to Razvan's journal, and we will take a look at the rest of this quest in that next video. It's very interesting and obviously very emotional. It's really rounding out Marius very nicely as a character. It's cool. It's good stuff. Yeah. Alright. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.